Hey guys, in this video I'm going to discuss some of the different tools and things that you're going to need to do the 6-in-1 switcher mod. Now this is completely different from the switcher and the harnesses and all that stuff. That stuff I covered in a different video. This is all relative to wires and solder, things like that. Just tools that you're going to need, some things that'll help make the job easier. I never was a very good solderer. I got this kit from my brother. He was big into electronics, so he had a pretty nice kit put together. And I got it, and I started messing around with it. And I got better than I was originally. I mean, practice makes perfect. If you never soldered anything in your life, first things first, get a good soldering iron. Switchable soldering iron is best. Don't get a cheap one, because your solder work's only going to be as good as your soldering iron. You don't want to get a cheap one and have it take forever to heat up and everything like that. You want to get a good name brand soldering station. Also, flux, you can get it at Radio Shack. There's some that has I believe rosin in it, or flux, or yeah, I'm sorry, I guess it's called rosin. But this, basically what this does, it's like a jelly, and you put it on the area that you want to solder, a clean area, and it allows the solder to flow onto that contact better and stick to it better. It really does. It's I soldered before using this, and then I used some of it, and it was almost night and day how much easier this makes it. Something else you might want to get is a tip tinner and cleaner. If your soldering iron tip is dirty, hasn't been cleaned for a while, get one of these. It'll clean it off, does a really good job, and it also tins the soldering iron for you. It's always good to put it away tinned. That helps protect the tip from anything like dirt or anything getting on it. You're gonna want to get like a 6040 rosin core solder. Works good. I think this is 0.26. I think that'll be pretty good for what you're gonna need. You probably could get a little bit smaller than that, I think, but that helps. If you have a set of these come in handy. These are forceps, or not really sure. They're like a medical pliers or something like that. I don't know what the name is for them, but they lock shut, and these are really helpful for, you can lock onto the board, and you can lock the wire onto the board and let go, and it'll stay right there, and then you're able to come in and solder, hands free. It really does make a nice difference. Also, I think there's a device called a third hand you can get, which is basically like a support with a bunch of clips that you can hold the wires in. So basically the same thing. It just allows you to have use of both hands, which really comes in handy when soldering. It's hard to do one-handed. They do make different tips for your soldering irons. The thinnest one I think would be best for this. But like I said, make sure you have a good soldering iron. You're gonna need diodes. I believe it's N1007 diodes, and I don't have any of them here. I have some on order. I ordered them off eBay. But I'll show you one just to give you an idea what they look like. This is one right here. It's a diode. All this basically does is allows current to flow one way through this wire, and one way only. It's almost like a check valve, like on a plumbing or airline or anything like that. And it's pretty much a check valve. It's a one-way. It allows it to flow one way. It can't flow the other way. And this comes in. This is a vital part of your conversion when you're doing it, because you're gonna have issues if you don't have these installed. Let's see what else I have here.